Okay, so for the second part of our video lesson, we will be talking about polynomials and its classification. No? So, vocabulary words pa lang muna ulit ito. Okay? And may konting example, syempre, para medyo mas tumatak siya sa ating isipan. Okay. So, we will focus with polynomials. Okay? It's number of terms, the degree of terms, and degree of polynomial. No? So, medyo may ilang complicated things na kailangan nating pag-usapan dito. So, please pay attention. So, here are the terms, specific terms that we will be talking about. Okay? So, let us start with polynomials. No? So, wait, let me pause the video. Okay, so, edit ko lang to ng konti, ha. Ayan. So, again, these are the terms that we will be discussing. So, we have polynomial, monomial, binomial, trinomial. We will also talk about degree of terms, the leading coefficient, the degree of polynomial, linear polynomials, quadratic polynomials, and cubic polynomials. No? So, actually, parang hanggang dito lang talaga tayo eh. No? So, linear, quadratic, and cubic, para lang po maging familiar kayo pag narinig nyo na yung word na linear equations, quadratic formula, yung mga ganyan. No? So, para may idea na kayo kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng words na yun. Okay. So, for the definition of a polynomial, no? A polynomial is an algebraic expression which represents the sum of one or more terms containing whole numbers as exponents of the variable. No? From this phrase hanggang dito, no? It's just the definition of an algebraic expression, 'di ba? Pero ang mahalagang keyword dyan for it to become a polynomial is that they have whole numbers as exponent of the variables. No? So, syempre, kung hindi whole number ang exponents mo, ang mangyayari dyan or ang given mo ay hindi polynomial. So, as a summary of what non-polynomials are, so, ang makikita nyo po doon will have pwedeng may negative exponents. Okay? So, negative exponents, kung babalikan nyo po sa scientific notation, this negative exponents tells us that our number is a decimal. No? And decimals, kung babalikan ninyo yung ating lesson sa rational numbers, diba? Decimals can also be written in the form of a fraction. No? So, may meron tayo ditong negative exponent, meron din tayo ditong yan, variable in the denominator. Okay? So, aside from that, non-polynomial din siya kapag meron siyang fraction na exponents. No? So, fractional exponents, they are not polynomials. No? So, kung halimbawa naman, lahat naman ng exponents mo ay whole number. No? Ayan. Therefore, you're given as a polynomial. So, as a summary, lahat po ng mayroong ayan, fractional exponents are not polynomials, and negative exponents, they are not polynomials. No po? So, you will encounter more of these two sa grade 9, no? You will encounter radical expressions. Ito naman, kung di ako nagkakamali, ay sa grade 8 or parang grade 7 din. No po? So, pagdating po sa division of polynomials. No? So, magkakaroon ng negative exponents kasi siya. So, let us try to operate or let us try to identify if the given expression is a polynomial or not. Okay? So, try to answer this first. Pause the video and we will reveal the answer later. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. Number 1 is a polynomial. No? So, bakit po? We have here x cubed. Okay. We also have x to the first. 1 is a whole number. And ito, this is a constant. No, so ang ano lang naman natin, ang main concern natin or based sa definition is that a polynomial will have whole number exponents in the variables. No, so since wala naman siyang variable, no, so its exponent or it's not counted dun sa ating conditions. Okay, so this one is a polynomial. Next, for number 2, polynomial din po. Okay, so exponent is 10. The exponent of our variable here is 1. Both are whole numbers. Therefore, the given is a polynomial. Next, so dito medyo tricky, no? Bakit? So, we already know variable x has a whole number 3 as its exponent. So, itong nasa denominator, no? Ito po is a negative exponent, no? Kasi kung isusulat mo siya properly, this is 4x raised to negative 1 minus 7x cubed. No, so hindi lang siya obvious, pero this one is a fraction, not a polynomial. No. Next, we have 2x to the 4th. Yan, no, whole number minus 5x cubed, whole number din. Whole number din. So, this one is a polynomial. Then, this one, hidden 1 po, no, hidden 1. Then, 1x to the first or x to the first. Or simply x, diba? And this one is 2x squared. Exponent niya ay 2. Okay, so still this is a polynomial. Then, dito ang exponent niya ay 3. Dito ay 4. Pero parehas negative. So, this is not a polynomial. Ayan. So, now let's proceed with the classification of polynomials. Okay? So, we have two types of classifications. The first is based on the number of terms, and the second one is based on the degree of the polynomial. Okay? So, let's start with the number of terms, no? So, the first classification for the number of terms will be monomial, no? Mono, meaning one. Okay? Monomial is a polynomial with only one term, no? So, alin lang kaya dito yung may isang term? Pause the video and try to answer. Okay, so our monomials will be B and E, no po? So, ang palatandaan nyo po, isang term lang siya. 'Di ba? At pag meron kang term, wala kang makikitang plus or minus sign bukod sa sign ng atin pong term. 'Di ba? So, kung negative 3, that one is a monomial. Okay? Pero kung x minus 3 na siya, hindi na siya monomial, no? Kasi yung ating sign na nasa gitna or nasa unahan ng 3 is a minus sign already. Hindi siya sign ng term. Or hindi lang siya sign ng nag-iisang term. Okay, so ito po ay monomial. So dito naman, we have two terms here, 9x at positive 2. Here we have 3 terms. Okay, kumbaga yung plus and minus sign ang iyong palatandaan at ang hati mo ay after ng term. Then here we have 3 terms. Ayan, no? A, positive B, at negative C. Kumbaga yung naunang operational symbol, dala na yung kasunod, no? So, yan. So, again, the first classification is a monomial. Next. So, binomial. The next one is a binomial. Bi meaning 2. Mono meaning 1. Okay, so binomial is a polynomial with 2 terms. No? So, alin po kaya dito yung mayroong 2 terms? Pause the video and try to answer. Okay, no. So, ang binomial po, kanina naghati-hati na rin tayo, no. So, baka natandaan nyo na rin po, alin dyan yung may 2 terms. Okay? So, our binomial will be A and D. Dalawa po yung binomials natin dyan. So, mapapansin nyo, isang operational symbol lang yung nakita nyo dyan. No? Kahit pa makakita ka ng negative dito or minus sign dito, it's the negative sign of the whole of the coefficient. No? So, again, pag sa binomial, meron kang isang operational symbol, and that operational symbol divides your expression into two terms. Okay? So, again, monomial, one term. Binomial, two terms. The third one is a trinomial. No? So, a trinomial is a polynomial with three terms. So, tri means three. Based on our given, alin ang trinomial? Pause the video and try to answer. Ayan. So, our answer is C. So, again, as a recap, A is a binomial. B is a monomial. Binomial. This is a monomial. This is a trinomial. No? So, sa trinomial, makakita ka ng dalawang operational symbols. No? And yung operational symbols na yon ang maghahati sa ating terms. So, this one is a binomial. And this is a monomial. No? So, kahit wala siyang variable, it's a constant. No? Still considered as a monomial siya. Next, so those are the classifications based on the number of terms, no? So one thing that you should remember is that only up to 3. No, we only have special words or special na nickname kapag po sa number of terms, no? Hanggang 3 lang. Pag naging 4 or 5 or 6, wala na siyang special name. It's just a polynomial. Okay? So now let's proceed with the classification of polynomials based on the degree of the polynomial. So syempre, bago tayo magpunta ng degree ng polynomial, kailangan alam muna natin yung degree of term. So the degree of term is the sum of the exponents of the variables. Ulitin natin sum of the exponents. Ibig sabihin, i-add po natin yung exponents na given sa isang term. No, kung halimbawa naman, ang term mo ay may iisa lang na variable, kung anong given na exponent, yan na po yung degree. Okay? So, let's use the given as example. So, at this point, no, so dapat pinapakinggan nyo na po kung paano ko basahin yung kada term in an expression na po. So, para na sasanay na rin po kayo, itry nyo rin pong banggitin habang binabanggit ko, no? So, the first term is 5x squared y. Again, 5x squared y. So, on 5x squared y, our exponents will be 2. Sulat ko lang ulit 5x squared y. Our exponents is 2 and dito may hidden 1 tayo. So, we add the exponents and that will be the degree. So, ibig sabihin, the first term will have a degree of 3. Next. So, for our second term, we have negative 3xy. X and y has an exponent of 1. No, hidden ones. May hidden ones tayo dyan, hindi lang nakasulat. Okay, so adding the 2, we have 1 plus 1. The degree of the second term is 2. Next, we have 4y squared. No, so sabi nga kanina, if your term has one variable, refer to the exponent of the variable. No, so dito ang exponent lang naman natin ay 2. So its degree is 2. Lastly, we have negative 10. No po. So, always remember that constants has a degree of 1. 0 pala, sorry. Degree of 0. No, so 0 po siya. Bakit? Kasi wala ka naman makikitang variable sa kanya. No, kung gusto niyo mas complicated na explanation, so pwedeng ito yung isipin niyo. No. So meron silang variables, no, merong exponents. So ito, dahil wala siyang variable, no, siguro familiar naman kayo dun sa term na any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. 'Diba? And since 1 po is a factor of all terms, no? Itong negative 10 natin, pwede mong imagine na meron siyang hindi nakikitang y to the 0 power dito, or x to the 0, or kung namang variable raised to 0. Kasi this is still equivalent to 1, no? So, kung mapapansin mo, ay variable siya, and ang kanya namang exponent ay 0, no? So, its degree is 0. Okay? So, that is the degree of each term. Okay, try nga natin. So, dito, let us proceed with the leading coefficient, no? Leading coefficient pala muna. Pag leading coefficient, this is the numerical coefficient of the term with the highest degree. So, kung babalikin natin kanina, ano yung may highest degree? Based on our given, it's the first term, no? So, 5x squared y to the first. So, ito, dito tayo mag-rely. The leading coefficient here, since ito ang degree niya ay 3, diba? Degree niya ay 3. Therefore, our leading coefficient, nangungunang coefficient, yun yung ibig niya sabihin na leading. Ang nangungunang nating coefficient is 5. Okay? So, that is our answer. The leading coefficient. And then, for the degree of the polynomial, it is the highest degree among the polynomials terms. No? So, balikan natin yung leading coefficient. Highest degree, pinili mo na yung term na may highest degree. Diba? So, ang atin pong leading coefficient is 5. Ang degree ng term na yon ay 3. And kung ikukumpara mo, siya naman talaga yung may pinakamalaki. So, ibig sabihin, if you're asked what is the degree of the given polynomial, your answer will still be based on the first term. No, kasi siya yung may pinakamalaking degree of term. So, the degree of the polynomial, degree of polynomial naman, full polynomial na to, is 3. Okay? Kumbaga, pinili mo lang yung pinakamataas. Diba? Doon sa lahat ng degree na kinompute mo. Okay? Sige, try natin to. Complete the table by identifying the corresponding classification. Isang classification na lang hindi na natin po ito masyadong binigyang pansin. No? Pero ang tandaan ninyo, pag wala ka namang exponent, it's linear. Or walang exponent. Wala kang product din naman ng variables. No? So, linear siya. Quadratic, ito, usually may exponent na 2. O kaya naman ay dalawang pinag-multiply na number. Then, cubic, yan. Po. So, may exponent kang 3. O kaya naman 3 variables that are multiplied together. Okay, try natin to, no? So, complete the table by identifying the corresponding classification, degree, and leading coefficient of each polynomial. No po? So, siguro mahalaga na rin sabihin ko na itong polynomials na to are not arranged properly. No, their terms are not arranged properly. Okay, kasi po, ang talagang default na pagkakaayos ng polynomials is that their terms are, or their degree is arranged descending or ascending. No, kagaya kanina, descending yung ating pagkakaayos, 'di ba? So, ang degrees natin ay 3, 2, 2, 2, 0, pababa. No. So, dito, jumbled siya. Jumbled. No, kaya ang gagawin natin sa leading coefficient, talagang i-identify natin alin yung ating highest na exponent or highest degree. Okay, so let's start. So for the first one, we have x plus 17. No? So its classification is binomial. Again, bakit? Kasi we have here two terms, x and 17. Dalawa yan, x at saka 17. Pinaghiwalay ng plus sign. So the degree of polynomial, okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, ano lang naman ang may exponent dito, 'di ba? Ito lang naman, ang exponent nito is 1. This is a constant, so its degree is 0, 'di ba? So, 0 ang degree nito. Saan ko ilalagay? Siguro dito na lang. So, 0 ang degree nito. So, ibig sabihin, our degree of polynomial, highest po, is 1. Next, so its leading coefficient, syempre, dahil meron to, dahil wala naman nakalagay dito sa unahan. No, its leading coefficient is 1. Kung baga yung hidden 1 natin, hindi na siya basta hidden doon. You have to put it there. Next. Okay, so we have here 8. No, so given na yung degree ng polynomial, the degree of polynomial is 4. Bakit? No, we have here 2. Ayan, 2. Ito, 3. Pero may 1 siya ditong kasama dun sa exponent ng x, diba? So, 1 plus 3 is 4. So, ano kaya yung 8 and 9? Ayan. So, if you answered binomial, then you're correct, no? So, mapapansin nyo, 2 terms pa rin yan. Kahit pa mayroon kang nakita dyang parang minus sign. Eh, wala ka namang quantity sa unahan niya. Diba? So, this one is just a negative sign. Okay? So, we have here 2 terms. Isang negative 4x squared. And the second term is 5xy cubed. 5xy cubed. So, this is a binomial. Next, for our leading coefficient, syempre, alam nyo na kung saan kukunin. Ano ba yung numerical ng higher exponent, higher degree, diba? So, ito lang naman yung higher degree natin eh. Dito, kakukuha ng leading. So, ang leading mo ay 5. Next, so for number 10, the leading coefficient is negative 7. No, ito yung negative 7 natin. What is the classification? If you answered trinomial, you are correct, no? So, 3 terms yan, trinomial. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3. Trinomial. Then, number 11, we have degree of